resolution out that will help other nations to decide to participate. One of the things I found, John, is that in calling around, particularly during this week, I spoke to Prime Minister Berlusconi and President Kwasniewski. There is a resolve by these leaders that is a heartening resolve. Tony Blair's the same way. He understands, like I understand, that we cannot yield at this point in time, that we must remain steadfast and strong, that it's the intentions of the enemy to shake our will. That's what they want to do. They want us to leave. And we're not going to leave. We're going to do the job. And a free Iraq is going to be a major blow for terrorism. It'll change the world. A free Iraq in the midst of the Middle East is vital to future peace and security. Maybe I can best put it this way, why I feel so strongly about this historic moment. I was having dinner with Prime Minister Koizumi, and we were talking about North Korea, about how we can work together to deal with a threat. The North Korea leader is a threat. And here are two friends now discussing what strategy to employ to prevent him from further developing and deploying a nuclear weapon. And it dawned on me that had we blown the peace in World War II, that perhaps this conversation would not have been taking place. It also dawned on me then that when we get it right in Iraq, at some point in time, an American president will be sitting down with a duly elected Iraqi leader talking about how to bring security to what has been a troubled part of the world. The legacy that our troops are going to leave behind is a legacy of lasting importance as far as I'm concerned. It's a legacy that, that really is based upon our deep belief that people want to be free, and that free societies are peaceful societies. Some of the debate really centers around the fact that people don't believe Iraq can be free. That if you're Muslim, or perhaps brown-skinned, you can't be self-governing and free. I strongly disagree with that. I reject that. Because I believe that freedom is the deepest need of every human soul. And if given a chance, the Iraqi people will be not only self-governing, but a stable and free society. Let's see here, hold on. Michael.
Mr. President, why are you and the Vice President insisting on appearing together before the 9/11 Commission? And, Mr. President, who will we be handing the Iraqi government over to on June 30th?
You'll find that out soon. That's what Mr. Brahimi is doing. He's figuring out the nature of the entity we'll be handing sovereignty over. And secondly, because the 9/11 Commission wants to ask us questions. That's why we're meeting, and I look forward to meeting with them and answering their questions.
Sorry, Mr. President, I was asking why you're appearing together rather than separately, which was their request.
Because it's a good chance for both of us to answer questions that the 9/11 Commission is looking forward to asking us, and I'm looking forward to answering them. Let's see. Hold on for a minute. Let's see. Oh, Jim.
Thank you, Mr.
I've got some must calls. I'm sorry.
You have been accused of letting the 9/11 threat mature too far, but not letting the Iraq threat mature far enough. First, could you respond to that general criticism? And secondly, in the wake of these two conflicts, what is the appropriate threat level to justify action in perhaps other situations going forward?
Yeah. I guess there have been some that said, well, we should have taken preemptive action in Afghanistan, and then turned around and said we shouldn't have taken preemptive action in Iraq. And my answer to that question is that, again, I repeat what I said earlier, prior to 9/11, the country really wasn't on a war footing. And the frankly mood of the world would have been astounded had the United States acted unilaterally in trying to deal with Al-Qaeda in that part of the world. It would have been awfully hard to do as well, by the way. We would have had, we hadn't got our relationship right with Pakistan yet. The Caucasus area would have been very difficult from which to base. It just seemed an impractical strategy at the time, and frankly, I didn't contemplate it. I did contemplate a larger strategy as to how to deal with Al-Qaeda. We were shooting cruise missiles and with little effect. And I said, if we're going to go after Al-Qaeda, let's have a comprehensive strategy as to how to deal with it, with that entity. After 9/11, the world changed for me, and I think changed for the country. It changed for me because, like many, we assumed oceans would protect us from harm, and that's not the case. It's not the reality of the 21st century. Oceans don't protect us. They don't protect us from killers. We're an open country, and we're a country that values our openness, and we're a hard country to defend. And therefore, when we see threats overseas, we got to take them, look at them in a new light. And I've given my explanation of Iraq. Your further question was, how do you justify any other preemptive action? The American people need to know my last choice is the use of